Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another how-to video. We're here on ERANGEL again, so let's do this. The plane path has gone from the bottom right all the way to the top left. So I'm going to try and drop my favorite spot, and that is this Milta power plant. Not the main one, but the small one. And this is stacked with loot. You'll see a few players go here, but if you can get it for free, you'll be stacked with absolutely no contest. We're going to be a little late here, so we're going to see if they take the roof. If they do, we'll take the bottom floor. And of course, somebody takes the roof. Is he getting challenged? Okay, so oh, he actually missed the roof. I'm lucky for him. So we'll just take bottom floor. We get an SKS. That should be fine for the first kill. He comes in, and we're ready to greet him. And he's gone. So we find a vector here, which is super nice to get a vector in here so quick, because we're going to be fighting so close range. So let's load that bad boy up. We actually got an 8x scope, which I'm going to cheekily put on this M24. You don't know, we might even just be able to get like a one bang potential. We're going to dial that back to our 4x real quick. Even find a helmet. Don't really want to fight without one of those. So many 3 vests down here, which is insane. You see what I mean when I say like the loot is stacked. I think he's in the back right hand corner. He just jumped down. We just avoided it. He also has a 3 vest. I headed him. We played really aggressive, but that was so nice. We gave him no breathing room, right? So as soon as he had jumped down, we hit the heady straight away, and that was basically go time. What a lot of people do is they go, oh, okay, I hurt him, but I'm not really confident in pushing because, you know, you might feel like you don't possess the skill. You've got to get on with it. Unfortunately, Alex, you're going to give them an option to reset. How many times do you guys get in a fight and you go, oh, I'm going to die, and then they don't push and you go, oh, actually, I've got a chance to live. Yeah, don't give people that option. Basically, play aggressive. And if you're the aggressor in a move like that, sometimes it won't pull off, but you die trying. And if you die trying, then you can't argue with that. Like, I would hate to play safe and then still lose the fight when you thought, because then you'll always go back to, could I have won that fight? If I actually pushed, could I actually have won that fight? So we're going to try a K9 and Vector game here. This is pretty good. The only thing you really need when you find a Vector is an extended mag. If you get an extended mag, you are going to be a-okay. But until then, it's a little bit sketch because the magazine isn't that big. But the amount of damage you can do in this, especially in solos, the Vector is just a solo god weapon, basically. Especially if you can get that extended quick. Right now, we have the quick draw, so it's not terrible. You just got to take your fights wisely rather than, you know, just getting stuck in the open. You got to play around cover a little bit, dip and dive, but usually with a Vector you should be pretty chill in a solo game. So this is going to center up around ruins, which is not too bad. I'm not too, you know, unhappy with that. Oh, there's the extended quick. We get lucky, we get it nice and early today. We'll drop that quick draw. We're not going to need that. Nice little M4 there for somebody, not for me. Take a frag. Now, frag grenade is always lovely. We're gonna take the first aid as well. Another extended quick. So what we're gonna look for is a grip, and we're gonna take a vert or a half grip. Either one of those is absolutely fine. The Vector doesn't kick like an assault rifle would. SMGs are brilliant for newer players. So if you're a newer player on PUBG and you haven't been playing the last few years, use an SMG. Take a lot of ammo because not everyone's gonna carry around 9mm, especially a lot of it. And yeah, you can get to work with it pretty well. We're going to not take anything else now other than first aids. We only have 2, and we need to find some. So we're just going to keep, this is basically my looting route, which is, you know, the mini power plant. Take that, and then you come over to these buildings, and then you kind of loop round all the way to about, we call this monkey, and then basically you just leave from there. You get a vehicle and you just head to zone. You know, if you hear any shots, you might want to take them. But for now, we're just looking for some first aids more than anything. Maybe a compensator. We get the half grip. Lovely stuff. So, but I do prefer the vertical grip just because I'm a bit of a bot and I can't really handle the recoil on anything these days. Cronus, Cronus, Cronus. So we need that first aid we're looking for, and we're not getting blessed in this match. That's okay. Just to show you what I mean by like the vector is elite. I play a lot of solos, and that is 4,500 solo kills with this vector alone. So this thing is just a death machine if you actually want to just absolute fry in solos. Although I don't think I've really got much footage on YouTube of me using it, so it'd be good to get that one up for you guys when you finally see this. So we're getting a bit stitched up with no vehicles, which is really unfortunate because if you don't get the vehicles here, you have to kind of run to Milter. And there's always somebody at Milter sort of ready to like greet you, and it's never fun. So here's actually a really big thing. Always keep your frag on your hip instead of in your bag. Oh, we actually get a bike. That's lovely. Because the smoke takes up less room. So you can actually carry more even though you've got the same materials, right? It's kind of a big thing to do. Take note that that's open there, so there's definitely somebody around. That door isn't open, so somebody could be very close. That's how you have to think in these sort of games. Just taking mental notes of what's open and what's not. Doors open over there. Could be anywhere from now, though. We don't know where these people really landed. So we just give Milter a little bit of a wide berth. We're on a bike. We don't want to get absolutely shredded off. But we're big chilling right here. We're just going to make it towards zone. We'll switch to a Dacia or a US when we can. Right here. Lovely stuff. Hopefully nobody's looking at the driver's seat. No, we're pretty quick about it. We can get moving. Usually anybody that's around here probably going to be able to be just killed. You want to try and thin the numbers. Obviously, you don't want to go ultra aggressive. Somebody up the road, I just saw him there. You don't want to be going ultra aggressive and just trying to take every fight. You don't need to, especially when we're hunting for wins. But you also don't want to play too passive. You do need to like sort of thin the field a little bit, because otherwise things come congested. The map at the end, you haven't got much room to breathe, and that is just allows for third parties easy later in the game. I'd rather deal with a third party at the start of the game because there's a lot less chance of being fourth partied. So yeah, that's pretty much my advice. Is don't be afraid to get too stuck in early doors. Also, getting stuck in early is not a bad thing, because if you die, you didn't really lose much time. If you've not really done much all game, you don't want to get stuck in. And then at the end, the game's forcing you to play, forcing you to fight. Your back's against the blue, and you're taking bad fights you're not comfortable with. You never want to be in that situation. So get comfortable with the fights early, where you can play, you can have your own time, rather than people just being everywhere at the end because nobody's been killing anybody, right? You'll see that a lot in the pro games. Obviously, the pro games are a bit different. In the pro games, you're basically just playing to save your own life rather than taking them, and then just taking them when you can, because people have got their backs against the wall, they've got to move. But in public, whoa, you pretty much got free roam. You can do what you want. Nobody's going to really beam you. So we're kind of just driving through. We're kind of comfy here. We don't really need to do too much. We've not even really had many shots. Now these compounds, they're okay as a squad, but they're kind of difficult to hold on your own. People can come live with you quite easily. So we're just going to keep taking a little drive around. I haven't seen any planes come around with any crates. So we haven't really had to do much. We had to do 2 kills at the start. So we've done our bit in the game to kick this game off. We've got plenty of loot because of that. So now we're kind of like reaping that reward of we did our bit early. Now you let the rest of the field, you know, cut themselves up. And we can kind of chill just for a little bit. See what zone does. We don't need to go crazy. Hearing shots now. There's a bit of a bolty shot going off. Now, if you want to, you can obviously go fight that, earn yourself some extra space, get involved, which I might do. Not because I'll get bored just at a compound, but not only am I going to get spot on, the sniper will probably be able to spot who he's shooting at too. So just line that one up. Just above his head. Shy of 300 meters. And that's why I love having a bolty in solos as well. That one tap potential. If you have like a SKS, SLR, or a mini there, he doesn't get one tapped. You probably headshot him first bullet, but to follow that up with another headshot or a few body shots just isn't easy. So we pick him off. I don't know who he was shooting at, so we have to be careful of that. Okay, I think it's... yeah, it's this guy on this rock. He just dodged our shot there. But this is fine. We've got a bolty and he looks to get on the bike. So we pre-aim the bike seat of where he's going to get on. And you get the headshot. You just completely looking at the bike. He's not looking at fighting you. So don't even think about bodying him. Just try and think about where that head's going to be as soon as he gets on that bike. And just land that shot. That man was in no man's land. There's a bit of a freebie there. So that's nice. And then we just look. Is there anything we really want? We upgrade to a 3-bag, which is nice. Can hold another frag. So we're going to go loot this guy's body as well. And then we're going to go take back this compound that we had. Look how like it's center zone, which is really nice. You're kind of just trying to predict where the zone can go. And we're still going to be center here. The reason why you take center on a zone like that is because there isn't that many compounds. There's a lot of dead air. So basically just areas you just don't want to be. And can really cost you. If you have to run through those areas, you haven't got smokes and stuff like that, you're just going to be in a really bad place. So if we can hold this compound, and the great thing about holding a compound is what you've got cover. So if anybody rocks up to you, we even have a vector to deal with that, right? And having a vector or a shotgun, anything SMG or close range, when you'll see so many of these top level players, right? They rock up with an assault rifle, and then if you have an SMG, you're gonna win that fight, like most of the time, just with how much damage SMGs do. Compensated, we will take that. Just gonna keep this thing being like a laser beam. Very quick ADS as well. Wow, I always forget. So you just get those like little snap fights. Playing around cover. What you want to do with an SMG, especially the Vector, exactly, is when you're fighting somebody, don't be like scared to just burst the mag. Just literally fire all the mag at where they're stood. Don't try and hold it back, but always be ready to, as soon as you've like dumped the mag, just stay behind cover, reload, and then you're ready to just dump the mag again. Even if you're missing, you hit a few shots, just getting that health advantage should just be huge. So there's something you've always got to remember. Right now, we're probably not going to find too much action. I doubt many people will rock up here. There's only 40 alive, so we're just holding this down pretty nicely. And again, don't need to get too involved. We're up to 4 kills with 40 alive, so not too much of an issue. Ah, here's a bike. Hear it rolling up. It stopped. We don't want this man to just run up for free. He's on his bike again. I don't know what he's doing. This man's rolling around. I don't know if he's trying to spot us. He probably tries to spot us, but he hasn't. Vector is not very good at taking down vehicles. That's its only downfall. So with an assault rifle, you can basically spray away at vehicles, take away tires. It's very difficult, I feel like, to do that with an SMG. So we're more likely just to let them roll up on us, which is why I didn't shoot the bike. I thought maybe it rolls up on us and we can basically just take him out. As soon as he jumps off the bike, he thinks that nobody's here. But he basically just drives through, so not too worried on that. Again, we're holding it down. People are dying. And we're down to 34 alive now, so we'll see where circle pops. It's 30 seconds until it moves. And you see I'm not really sat in one of these buildings. Somebody might, be able to get shots on you, but you're staying active, right? There are amount of times people just sit in a building, they get lazy, they forget about what's happening around them, and then poof, they're gone. Like, because somebody has just crept into their compound, they move over to the other side of the compound, and they're gone, right? Because they're not patrolling it actively. Somebody's crept into their compound. So we're constantly moving, constantly trying to see if anybody's trying to run in. Sometimes you'll probably get shot at. That's part of the game. So it's going to hard shift away from us here, which is pretty tough. I'll probably say that this is the best place to go. So we're just going to head there straight away, and we're going to take the fight. There's a garage compound in there. They're always difficult fights, but that's where to go. We're just going to go right now. We're sending it nice and early before anybody else, because if you delay, maybe somebody else gets that idea and you arrive at the same time, it just becomes an absolute mess because there's 3 of you fighting for the same compound. Maybe somebody gets scared and then you're living next to each other, and there's nothing worse than living next to each other, because then if somebody else rocks up, it's then a third party. If they roll up in your compound, that guy that's been living next to you, he's going to try and get to have a look into your compound and see if he can get you out, and that's never what you want. And we've got a vector, so we can pretty much like just rush into this straight up the stairs. Just look across, see if anybody there. I think we're good. There's a reason I like this building so much, because of the top floor. To dislodge somebody from this top floor is not easy. Looks like we're clean here as well. Just scope everything out, make sure we are. Now, obviously, we're vulnerable from all of Pachinki. So we can scope it out. We've got an 8x scope, so we're pretty good. But usually people are just not going to take those shots against you. So you can play a hell of a lot more free on console, which is nice for us. Circle will start moving in 25 seconds again. But you just see how like easy you kind of make the game. Some people will just struggle with the thought process, and it's all like, if we're looking at this zone, what's central, right? These are central buildings, but they're on the high side of this, like, of this hill. Now, obviously, this is more central, so you can take that. But if you take that, you're probably on an island for the rest of the game. So when you have to leave there, you're probably done. Where here, we've got options. We can play, like, these sort of rocks outside. You know, it's huge cover towards the road. You've got these hills, that big rock. We can also play out and over that big ridge over there, in case it goes south. And we can, you know, you've got to give yourself options. Don't just go, okay, that building's center zone, let's just go. And the more that you play the game, the more your head will just get more fine-tuned with that. Like, just flat out, like, there's no explaining it. You just get used to, this is a good position on the map for this zone. So you go. Again, somebody just rolling around in a vehicle. Don't even need to take too much of a, you know, a risky shot. Like, what's the chances I hit that there? I mean, the sniper would hit that, but not me. So we'll just chill out. Again, you can say it's a more tedious way to play the game. Maybe, you know, a lot more slower and boring. But this is like how you win. When you're playing for wins, you know, even if you got like 8 to 10 kills, maybe to 12, that's a good game. A lot of you probably sat there going, hey, God, that's a crazy game, bro. That's a crazy game. But it really is just playing regular. It's not trying to hunt for anything major. People just fly around in gliders. There was a crate Not too far away. I don't know if I want it though. Now you see what I mean here. Like look at the zone. It's gone back north. So we've got the best zone on the south. Sorry, the best building on the south side that we can play out of, because we can still play heights and we can still play onto those rocks. So seeing where it goes after that. This is like really nice. And there's going to be a lot coming from the south. You see people are already rotating around. We just don't really need to do much. Like, some of the best time you can have on PUBG is when you don't have to do a lot. Like I said, this is all teaching you how to win in PUBG, not how to frag out. So again, we're just going to keep just scouting out the area, keep seeing what's going on. 50 seconds on next. Everyone's shooting at each other now. People are getting a little bit more desperate, you know? This guy's being taken away. I don't think he's going to challenge for our building. We'll see where he starts to land, where he jumps off. Looks like he's probably going to go far side of zone. Jumps off now. Okay, he's going to head into this compound here. Vehicle heading directly towards us. This is the only annoying thing about this build. Is we're great against players, but we just don't have anything to really take out these vehicles or put them under pressure, which is a little bit annoying. But again, it's absolutely fine. We're still chilling. It's been a bit of a slow mid game here. Here comes some vehicles. Even though we can't really do much to them, other people. Oh my word! He's. Oh man! Oh, that's tough, brother. He is absolutely slung it out. Those open UASs, you can actually hit some dirty snipes on them. So that guy is rotated into his death, and that is, yo, that's tough. That's tough. I'm still hearing snipes popping off. I can't see anybody there. So, I think we've got some people still in Pachinki. Okay, he's actually on the top. A little bit unfortunate I've not hit him there. Again, this is what I mean. It's really hard to deal with these people in their vehicles. So now we've got to think about what we're doing in zone. We got caught fighting a little bit. I think this sort of the high side of zone will be the play. So we're going to take our Dacia. We didn't really park it up very well for a quick getaway. Might have to Austin Powers this. Nope, we should be pretty good. We're actually going to play this sort of high side a little bit early. Actually saying that it's pretty bad zone here. Really isn't where you want to be. There's another vehicle here, which is pretty sketch, but this is a lot better, actually. Ah, there's somebody, you see what I mean? There's a vehicle that's sketch, and there's a guy right next to you. As soon as something out of place, guys, just think, somebody should be around. If there's not a death box, someone's probably around, and he was watching me from the bush. Just having that awareness, rather than, you know, parking up on this vehicle and just going, okay, I'm going to sit here. It was just like, look around. And we just caught him right there. So as long as you're looking, should be a-okay. So 30 seconds. There's only 10 alive now, so it really is going to be one of those slower paced games. This is just the thought process on how to win them, how to get at least more consistent, you know. So people are going to have 3 gear. Now this is where we can stretch out a little bit. There's only 10 people or less than 10 people left. Again, I just don't want anybody coming in behind me. I don't think there is. Somebody has just been run over. I think that... No, the MK has not been run over. MK player's laid down. He's been headed. We just got an angle on him there. There's a guy by that tree. He's dead, so he had a sniper on us. Again, I was getting ready for that the entire time, right? Not letting anything come like behind us. Now we're going to switch to the vector here and push out this far side because it's a bit of a ridge, so we don't want anybody like sort of creeping in. And people definitely can creep in here like this guy. See what I mean by those little bursts of damage? Oh, that's a lovely headshot. We saw him. He was trying to have a look on us as well. So just look how much space we just gained in about 5 seconds. You can just come alive in the end game. Really make it your own. Now this one's a little bit interesting because I think I know somebody's there on that rock. They think that's a dead body. There is a dead body there. And then I'm just trying to figure out where everybody else really could be here. Sometimes this can get a little bit tricky. We'll look in the bag. We've got 2 frags, so we're in pretty good state for that. I might just have to park this up on this level 3 crate. I don't think it's even in though. Okay, so there is somebody on that rock. I'm gonna crash the car there. We know there's somebody on that rock. And he's pretty much got nowhere to go on that right side. So I'm gonna bounce here. I'm gonna go all the way to the left. I'm gonna nade the right hand side of that rock. I'm gonna do it twice to get this guy gone. There's no way you can heal through this now. And we're never going to give him any of our body. See, I was so confident with that nade going through. Why 2 nades can be so huge. So now we've really just got to figure out where the last guy is. He's actually up there and he's not spotted us. This man has no clue. But he does have zone. So he doesn't have a helmet. We're just going to take the vehicle. Now you always take the vehicle. He knows where we are now because we've shot at him. But we also know where he is. Basically, you can use the vehicle then as cover. You can see he's just still at the top. And you pretty much plant it against the tree like that. Now what we can do is we can smoke out. Because what that's going to allow us to do is just make our move onto him. Even though he doesn't have zone. We know he has the tree. Go one way, you go the other, and you just basically just fly around the tree. And because of the way that the game works, is desync really abuses the camera angle, because on that screen I probably won't even be around that tree. So yeah, it was a slower paced game, but we only had what, 5 or so kills coming to the top 10. Then once we establish our position of where we want to be in that top 10, we just swoop around our side and just kill everything. That's basically what you do, because you know what to do, because you've got into the best position. So everyone else has scrambled to get to that position, where then if you have the best position on the map, you can do what the hell you want. And that's exactly what we did into that end game. We saw there was that player with some 3 gear, I think, towards the end on the rock. Just double frag him, don't need to deal with it. Because of the way that the zone was on the rock, he couldn't go out of the zone as they were taking way too much damage. So we just double naded him. He had no chance. He would have had to hard swung into zone, and then we would have had the cover on him. So that's how that fight sort of went down. And then at the end, we scoped in. He didn't even have a helmet, so he was no threat. 11 kill winner winner chicken dinner. Guys, if you like this video, make sure to like, comment and subscribe. I'm going to keep trying to bring these out as and when I can, to basically just show you how to play and how to win each game that we basically go through. So this is another one on Erangel. Unfortunately, we haven't had Miramar yet, but we'll get around to that, I promise. Guys, till next time, thanks for watching.